Good morning and welcome to GrainTV. It's October 30th, 2012. I'm Logan Burgess. Joining me to my right is Brock Shimano. Well, Brock, looks like we're having a little bit of a rebound here in the grain market after a sharp sell-off there yesterday, particularly in beans. If we hop into fire tip here, see how the trade in Chicago is going this morning. As you can see, corn up about 5 3/4. Soybeans the leader to the upside, up 16, and we have wheat hanging in positive territory right now, up 2 to 3 depending on Kansas City or Chicago there. Not a huge day in the outside markets. We have Hurricane Sandy continuing to dominate headlines here. You know, in the last couple of days, we've had some delays of USDA reports. Crop progress, still no word on when we're going to be getting that. We'll keep you posted on that. We have official news that EIA numbers, which are normally out tomorrow, which are going to detail ethanol production, are going to be delayed here. So we'll keep you posted on that as well. One report, though, that we did get yesterday was export inspections. Brock, I know you took a look at that. What are we looking at there?
Yeah, what we have here is a chart of showing the weekly export inspections, the red bars here. You can see that we've actually fallen quite a bit below the green line, which is what we should see for this time of year given seasonalities.
Right.
This is the corn chart. We have fallen behind pace. We're about 13.2 million bushels behind pace to meet current USDA expectations of about 1.15 billion bushels of exports this year. This week we actually exported 15.5 million bushels, but that actually put us behind another 2.8 million bushels to meet that current pace of the USDA. If we take a look at soybeans, you can see here that we've actually exceeded the seasonal pace that we should see for this time of year quite a bit over the last several weeks.
Yeah.
This week we actually exported about 63 million bushels. We're currently at 145 million bushels ahead of pace, and we gained another 16 million bushels on that pace to meet the current USDA expectations of 1.265 billion bushels. So we're doing pretty well on soybeans, but continues to show lackluster demand for the corn export market.
Yeah, certainly. We'll have to keep an eye on that here moving forward. You know, if we look at this chart right here, we do see a quite sharp decline in export inspections here as we move through the marketing year, particularly when we see those South American beans enter the market here. One thing that we did get news or word of from Oil World here this morning is basically they're starting to shed some doubt on this idea that South America is going to be able to increase their production by about 30% there for the soy complex, largely as a result to some of the torrential rains that we've seen down there recently. We took this map here earlier today. This is actually from last week, but basically this is an excess and a deficit hydration map here for the soil in Brazil. As you can see here in the top part of the circle here, that's Mato Grosso, the #1 producing soy state. As you can see, they're actually behind pace, but if we take a look at southern Brazil, they're extremely saturated right now, about 10 centimeters ahead of pace of where they need to be. If we go west of here, that's northern Argentina, the situation there is basically the same. You know, last week we were talking to our friends down at the Buenos Aires Grain Exchange. They said that although it is very saturated in the eastern part of Argentina and there may be acres lost, they expect the western part of Argentina to be able to pick up those acres. So certainly that's going to be very important for rebuilding global grain stocks, especially for the soy complex here as we move through the winter. So we're going to have to keep you posted on that, but I certainly think that some of this news out from Oil World has to be putting a little bit of a bid here underneath the soy complex this morning.
Yeah, you know, we did see a large sell-off yesterday. I think that's going to get us some speculative fund buying.
Right.
You know, some of those bargain hunters are out there right now buying in the soybean market. You know, we do have some of those delays. Crop progress is delayed. EIA information is delayed. Most likely export sales will be delayed on their report releases. So make sure you follow us on Twitter to get all the latest updates on when those will be released, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Have a good one.